Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Jamie Plays with me, Jamie. And if you watched the last episode, so currently we're looking at Star Trek New Horizons, which is a total conversion mod for Stellaris. If you watched the last episode, you'll see that in two big events that happened, we incorporated Trill, which extended from about this region and here as well. And we also were the receiver of a declaration of war. So the Orion Trade Union and their allies, the Tzenkethi Coalition, decided to attack the Union of Beta Uruguay, which is part of our coalition. So because they declared war because the Orions declared war on the Union of Beta Uruguay, the Betazoid houses and myself joined in. So at the moment, nothing has actually happened in this war, and I think that's really going to be the focus of our episode today. So at the moment, what I'm planning on doing is the second fleet is upgrading at the moment. It was kind of caught unawares. And what will happen is basically they will upgrade and then go to this frontier. So the reason I'm sending them here, so to galactic west of me, is because, well, basically for the following reasons. As the United Federation of Planets, you have what are called member worlds. So, for example, we have the Andorian sector here, which is the Andoria member world. We have the Vulcan member world here. We have the Trill member world here. And we have the Tellar member world here. So each of these has their own fleets, as you can see. So, for example, Trill has second and third fleet, which have a ridiculously low military power. Tellar has the second fleet here. They also have their first fleet somewhere over here, right there, in the Vulcan sector. The Andorians, I think, is that Andorian? No, that's a Vulcan fleet. So your fleets basically. Oh, first guard. That sounds Andorian. Yep. So your member worlds. What happens is that when you are called to war, or when you participate in a war, they also participate. So they send the member worlds send their fleets as well to help fight. So we have the Andorians and the Vulcans over here. They're more likely to attack the Orions because the Orions are closer. Our allies are here, the Betazoids and the Union of Beta Uruguay. They are going to probably attack again the Orions because they're closer, and that leaves the Trill sector and the Tellar Prime sector, so the Tellarites and the Trill, to attack the Tzenkethi. So, two kind of small problems. Trill recently finished a war before it joined a coalition with us, and then we integrated it rather quickly, which means they probably didn't have that much time to rebuild their fleets. Also, yeah, so Tellar, its fleet is currently over here, as we said earlier, and it's not a very powerful fleet, meaning that this part is relatively unprotected in the Federation at the moment. So that's basically the reason why I'm going to send my second fleet over here, because I assume these four, the military fleets of these four, well, two member worlds and two allies will attack the Orions. So just to review, this is a defensive war, so the Orions attacked our allies and we were called in, and we're going to impose our ideology on the Orions and the Tzenkethi. So that means in the event of a status quo peace, systems we occupy will be released as a new ideological ally if they include at least one planet. So basically we need to take over a planet, and then if we declare a status quo peace, that means that basically the Orions and or the Tzenkethi will kind of break in half depending on how many systems we conquer from them, and they become our ideological ally. What does that mean? Well, for example, we are actually maybe Federal Republic is not the best example. Let's go to the Denobian Unity. They are coalition builders, which also is our type, but as the UFP, we're a little bit special. So if we win, basically the states that are created will also be coalition builder based states. So that's what we will do. So I'm going to take a quick look at my shipyards that we received from Trill, and it says that we can upgrade the defensive capabilities. So let's upgrade those. And this one here. We don't have any defenses on Starbase 1 at the moment. I think that's okay. If so, we can build those a little bit later. Or like if we need those. I think we'll be fine at the moment. So currently also we have 5 definitely 3 pre-warp civilizations. So oh, just kidding. This is a pre-warp civilization. Okay. So I didn't realize. I'm just realizing that Star Trek New Horizons, specifically this expansion into the Mirror Darkly, which recently came out, adds in 2 additional stages to the let's say minor or to the primitive civilizations, which is what they're called in the base game. So here we have, for example, the Malkorian civilization. This is a warp-capable. They're at the warp-capable age. So if you think back to Star Trek Enterprise, for example, when Zefram Cochrane was testing out the Phoenix and testing out warp drive and made the first successful warp flight, this is basically where that civilization is right now. They are warp capable, means that they're currently going through the testing, but they haven't emerged onto the galactic stage yet. What we're doing is we're offering them Federation membership, meaning that they will become directly part of the UFP as a member world. The same thing is currently happening for the Republic of Anaxar, or sorry, I think I keep saying that wrong. Axanar, the Republic of Axanar. I've just noticed here. So those were the warp capable civilizations. So they can go to warp, or they might have one ship that can go to warp, but they're not. Yeah, they haven't emerged onto the galactic stage yet. Then we have here, so the Telosian remnants are a pre-warp civilization, meaning they're technologically advanced to the point where they might soon have warp capabilities, but they're not quite there yet. And I've just noticed that we can have limited formal diplomatic relations, so no effort is made to encourage the natives to pursue warp technology on their own, or active diplomacy, where we're promoting the integration into the galactic community. So if I select active diplomacy, we then have -10 energy, -5 society research, and -1 influence points. Or if we say limited, then it's basically nothing, which is what we're currently at. Deneb, I currently see, is also a warp-capable civilization. They're there. So we're currently promoting 2 of them to to become members of the Federation. I'm not going to do that yet with the Gla civilization. The reason I'm not is because it costs influence, and currently we're spending 2, one for the Malkorian civilization and one for the Republic of Axanar. I think I'm saying that right now, Axanar. So I don't want to then have a 3rd one, especially as we can wait a bit, because the Republic of Axanar are about halfway complete. So unpause the game. Oh, they've finished their upgrading, their defenses, those star bases, that's great. And they're constructing. So, system targeted for hostile takeover. Prime Minister Ryan Reynolds, we have received tactical information from our long-range scouts. Our tacticians believe that a strategic invasion of these identified systems could give us additional resources that will be valuable in our ongoing war efforts. So what happens, so a new addition to Into the Mirror Darkly, is that you now have, during wars, you have these, basically they are priority targets. So we can either say, we're not interested in these targets, or okay. And if we say okay, it gives us basically targets. So if I go to, I guess, anom. I don't actually know what systems these are, to be honest. Maybe it will tell us in a second. But you then have basically war priority systems. Oh, we have a constructor over here who's doing nothing. Definitely build those mining stations and that research station. And then I'll have you move to Rator because we will want you to be there eventually. Where are you going? You're going to upgrade and then build a mining station down there. That's fine. So, system targeted for hostile takeover. Prime Minister Rodney Reynolds, we have determined 3 systems that we should target for capture. Doing so will provide valuable resources in the war effort. These systems have been named as the 26 Draconis system. We should prepare a fleet immediately, so prepare for battle. Great. So the 26 Draconis system is here. So if we take this the system with our fleet, we will then get some bonus resources for that. I think so. It doesn't actually say what it is, but we will try and do that. Well, we'll see. Basically, there's not much we can do about that at the moment. So that's great. Unpause the game again. I want my fleet to kind of yeah. So as I suspected, the Tzenkethi already making a move. Come on, upgrade faster.
Spaceport under attack.
You know what I'll do? So the reason it's upgrading slowly is because I don't have enough alloys, so I'm going to buy some alloys. So I'm going to sell some dilithium, maybe sell some latinum as well, about 100, and then buy kind of as much dilithium. Let's sell some supplies as well. We're doing well with supplies. Minerals, yeah, let's sell some minerals as well. Again, this gives us more money to buy alloys. Unpause. So hopefully now our fleet yeah, our fleet will be, all of our ships will be upgraded as soon as possible, and then I'm going to have them, well, actually do your upgrades, and rather than going down here, I'm going to have them just directly engage this fleet where possible. Mars is going nicely. Let's continue with Mars. So from the last episode we started terraforming Mars, so let's continue. So Starbase 1, these should be the last upgrades. Great, so let's get the fleet. And we can reinforce the fleet. I'm going to do that in a second. So a small delegation of researchers is leaving the terraforming lab. In the distance, explosions can be heard, carried across the thin atmosphere. Engineer Boone glances at his timepiece. Comet ZA2112-B crashed into the northern polar ice cap right on schedule. Minor quakes shake the surface and quickly dissipate, and mile-high geysers of superheated steam stretch into the atmosphere. Boone glances at the sight and smiles before firmly grasping the seals of his breathing mask and pulling it free. The rest of the delegation stare at him warily. This is why they came here, but the risk is still great. Paul Boone is the first human being to take a fresh breath of Martian air. After years of work, the atmosphere is finally thick enough for a human to breathe it unaided. There is still so much to do before Mars will truly be a paradise, but it is a monumental step towards humanity, so impressive progress. If we go to Mars, impressive progress. Oh yes, so before we had the modifier unterraformed Mars. Now we're at a partially terraformed Mars, and I also see that we have a building slot. So let's create a frontier hospital, because this will increase our population production by, it says here, 20% per job. And I'm actually going to move this above the Martian terraforming project, just because I see we have an unemployed worker, and I don't really want that at the moment. So, 2 hostile fleets. We have a 700 and a 610. So I'm looking at the power levels of our fleet. Ooh. So first thing I'm going to do is set our fleet to take point. This encourages allied fleets to join with me. So I'll do that. And what I will do is send them to Iota Piscum and then the 26 Draconis to get the extra resources. And then I think to Toller afterwards. And I'm going to reinforce this fleet as well. We have the naval capacity at the moment. And we can see, for example, we're creating 2 NX class explorers at Starbase 1. So that's great. Oh, and I'm also going to, I should have done this a bit sooner, set our second fleet, which was the fleet of ships that we found and repaired. They were at a a what's it called? A shipyard, a derelict shipyard, and I'm gonna have the set to follow this fleet. So I'm just right-clicking on second fleet, and we have a science vessel that's doing nothing. So upgrade and then automatically explore. How's the Enterprise doing? Let's again upgrade and then explore. The Mercury, again upgrade and explore because you're literally right there. Construction ship's doing well. This construction ship's still going. How are the Klingons doing?
It is unwise to get between a Klingon and his prize.
They're doing fine. They're fighting a war against the Suliban Cabal. So the Suliban are probably around here. And there's somebody down here. There's probably somebody there. Or there are some kind of space entities that are stopping them from expanding there. Probably there's somebody here, probably somebody there and there. I would say it's almost definite there's somebody there, and probably there as well. Well, we'll see, basically. So, new research, burst phasers. So, we can then go for, excuse me, a backup warp coils, which increase our warp speed. Starbase facilities of the central computer grid and defense grid. Or electrostatic fusion core. And increase commercial districts. Let's go for the inertial electrostatic confinement. I think that this power core will also help ships as well, if I'm not mistaken. Although it's quite likely that I am mistaken, but I think we'll be fine. So, our allies are currently engaging. So the Betazoid. Oh, okay, interesting. The Betazoid houses, rather than attacking the Orions, have decided to go for the Tzenkethi. Interesting. Let's see, the Vulcans, where are the Vulcans going? Are going to the Alioth system. Where is the Alioth system? So we can search for that. Go to, oh, wrong one. Search for Alioth. Oh, the Vulcans are also going there as well. Is anyone attacking the Orions? Or did they literally just kind of go through and that's the reason why? Maybe I miscalculated. Maybe my fleet actually should be heading this way. I've also noted that interesting. So the fleet that was here literally took Tola and then kind of left. Anyway, an outbreak of the Laurentian plague has been reported on Chesanthan in the Epsilon Indi system. While the local quarantine has so far succeeded in containing the infection within a handful of settlements on the planet, it may soon spread if untreated. Authorities have requested the dispatch of a medical team to the planet immediately. So this is, again, a Star Trek New Horizons event, which actually can really destroy a colony, especially if it's in the early stages. So it's here. So yes, thank you. Don't need you. So it's in this system here, Epsilon Indi, and what we need to do is send a science ship there. And I see actually we have one right here. So I'm going to say, okay, understood, and then research the project in this system, and then you can go back to your upgrades and to your exploration as well. So, second fleet, how are you doing? You are going to soon engage this station, so that's great. So let's, oh, we now have photon torpedoes. That will be a great boost. So new research. We can increase our mining station production, which is nice. We can unlock dicobalt charges, or the lander pod wings, which are like shuttlecraft, or precursors to shuttlecraft. Let's go with the mining station production. Also, let's see how this works. Station under attack. Is that one of my stations under attack? Maybe it's this? Ah, yes, so one of their science ships came too close to my station here. And so it will fire at the Orion ship. Maybe destroy it, but probably not, because it's a science ship. It takes forever for this starbase to attack, so this science ship will be able to retreat, probably quite easily. But let's go here. We're doing well here. Also, I have my transports here. I'm wondering if it's... Oh, it's already been taken over by Beta Z. Or the system has been taken over by Beta Z. It's also a fledgling colony, so it has only one army. Let's send my troops here and land their armies on Alia. Ooh, maybe not. That's a lot of fleet. 600, 400, 400, 300, 600. Yeah, let's not do that, but I do want you to move closer, so go there. These fleets are going to Alioth. So are there any fleets actually attacking Orion? I don't think so. Tellar Prime, you're just sitting there. Why are you just sitting there? So the Andorians are going to the 13 Seti system, which is there. So actually it looks like what I need to do is move my fleet and not attack the Tzenkethi. Okay, interesting. What I will do, basically, is I'll take 26 Draconis because that's our strategic goal, and then from there, so let's click that, and then from there I'm actually going to go and attack the Orions. So let's go that way. Hopefully, if I come close enough, it will pick up this fleet, the Tellar fleet that's there. And we have more research, so we can increase colony development speed, our police stations, or the Xeno Zoo. I'm going to go for the colony development speed just because this colony has been taking forever, and I don't necessarily want to have to worry about that in the future. Of it taking so long, I mean. Oh, so the outbreak ends. The efforts have prevented the outbreak from spreading further. Better still, a cure for the particular strain affecting the colony was discovered in time to save the lives of those infected. The outbreak has officially been declared over. This is excellent. So it could have happened, like as an alternative, that we couldn't find a cure and that it kind of went rampant and spreads to other colony worlds, or that we were able to prevent the outbreak, or from the outbreak from spreading, but we couldn't find a cure for those who were already infected, so they die. Which is kind of sad. So we regained unity, meaning we are closer to our relics. Ah, sorry, traditions down here. 6 months away from having another tradition. Great, thank you very much. So let's go for this system, and hopefully once we conquer this system, I'm not sure if it will give us yet another goal afterwards, but it will be... interesting. So those ships, all of those fleets that were here, the Tzenkethi ships, have retreated for some reason. Interesting. Well, anyway, what I will then do is conquer Alioth. So land our armies on Alioth. What this should mean is that if we... the Trill second fleet. So the Vulcans are over there. The Trill second fleet is currently attacking the Orions. Interesting. What happened to the Beta Arige fleet?
Rai and Jiri Hatlunga. Rai.
Means it probably doesn't exist because it's at a pathetic level.
Children.
So we get a diplomatic insult from the Garidian Republic, which is here. That's a vassal under the Romulan Star Empire. And one of our construction ships has finished. In Vendor, okay. Here we go. So I was talking about, in one of the previous episodes, I mentioned that there was a research project that came through an event of being able to communicate with the Temerian unity here. So from the Darmok and Jalad episode from Star Trek The Next Generation. And here is that event that I was mentioning. So, the dominant Temerian language appears to be based almost entirely on allegory, referencing mythological and historical people and events from their culture. Our universal translators are unable to decipher the context behind their communications, and as such we will require an extensive study of their culture in order to understand them. So what you could do is fund the study, which I can't currently do because I don't have enough influence, or say this is not a priority. Hopefully what this will do is just delay this event until another time. Because it's kind of sad that we can't fund the study, because that will increase our diplomatic reputation with them. So we're fighting this battle, but I see there's 3 fleets. Oh shit. There are several fleets coming in. What I will do is hopefully finish this battle. Nope. I think what I'm going to do is retreat. So I'm at 1,100. 4,400, 400. Yeah, so these 2 already make up my fleet. The addition of that plus that. Let's look at their fleet power is superior, their economic power is equivalent, and their technology is equivalent, meaning that most likely in a battle of kind of equals, me being equal to them, yeah, I would lose. So what I'm gonna do, let's have you retreat. So what this will do is that my ships will then jump back to friendly space. I think what I'll currently already have is the new fleet go back or go somewhere. They're returning to Starbase 1. Quickest way is that way. Okay. Why Starbase 1 and not... Oh, that's not us. But why not Coroli? Anyway, I guess Starbase 1 is closer, and set you to retreat. The thing is, I could take the station. The problem is I wouldn't then take the... Oh, and there's yet another fleet coming in. Yeah, so the thing is, I could conquer the station probably quite easily before the ships got there. However, the second that they join the battle, my ships are already damaged somewhat. This one is has retreated. Basically, the second that they destroy my second fleet, I'm kind of defenseless. Also, the station will revert back to them immediately because it has no health. It can't do anything to prevent that. So I'm going to say retreat. So we didn't lose anything. That's great. So it will then go back to some kind of thing. Let's see. Can you make it in time? I think so.
War declared.
Oh, war declared. The Zindi Council declared war on the Ferengi Alliance. Interesting. So, Zindi are considered inferior. The
Another
Ferengi
vessel to salvage.
are...
Soon I will be Grand Nagus.
They're equivalent to me, but their fleet power is inferior. So I guess we'll see what happens between these two. But let me focus on my own war at the second. So we have an insult. Oh yeah, from the Grudian Republic. We've already dealt with that. Let's see. Can you escape? Should be able to, I think. Boom, done. So hostile fleets are going to the Jural supernova system. That's there, and there's currently a fleet there. So I think... Oh, with Mars again. So let me quickly do some more terraforming. Mars, are you gonna turn around? No. Oh, but there's another. Oh, there's another fleet coming in. Oh, one ship basically. Why are you not turning around? Hello. So, the fundamental declarations of the Martian colonies. Representatives from all over Mars stood ill at ease in one corner of the mess hall of Schiaparelli base as attendants hurried to drag in more seats. The hall was ill-fitting for such a distinguished occasion, but rugged Mars had yet to manufacture anything else that could house such a large gathering. Finally, they were all allowed to enter. The red planet is no more, replaced with something that appears almost green. Thousands of migrants from Earth flock here, and the population is booming. It is clear that to everyone something must be done. A short while later, after the meeting commenced, John Hammerlich, now old and distinguished, stepped in front of the short podium. He was the representative of Guntersdotter Dome, one of the largest in the 22nd colonies of Mars. And his gravelly voice spoke for all. We stand here, not unlike our forefathers did in the grand old city of Philadelphia, not to cast off tyranny but to embrace freedom. We take the first step today as we make the fundamental declaration of the Martian colonies. So this will not be an easy negotiation. This is something that happened in the in the history of Star Trek as well. The Martian colonies actually came up with their own declaration, which I believe is what will happen here. So let's look at our traditions available first. We can either go for reducing crime and improving stability, or in the last episode we were looking at our the groups here, and for example the Boomer independent traders want a defensive stance, keep the peace, so they don't want us to ever be at war, which is not something I can control because I didn't start this war, but they also want frontier traditions. If we look at our frontier traditions, this increases colony development speed by 100% just at the first stage, so I'm going to do this. Click yes, accept. And then I'm going to look at the invasion. So we currently have 3 armies, they have 2 armies. Their armies have a higher army strength than mine do, so I think probably what's going to happen is that we fail. Hostile fleet in Pegasi. So I'm probably going to lose this one as well. Where? Oh, so my fleet here is back. What I'm going to do is have you, let's say, upgrade, and then reinforce. Let's upgrade first. Where are you? Yep, upgrade. Oh, we have research. Let's do that. Oh, modulating shield frequencies. Hit points. Shield hit points plus 10%. Yes, I'm going for this. So these, like in the base game, are rare technologies that only come up kind of randomly and with a lower chance than the rest, so I'm definitely going to research this while I can. So, the ships are upgrading, and we don't have enough to reinforce the fleet, so let's not reinforce the fleet. New deep space construction, so our mining station production is increased by 10%, and we can now do the deep space mining network, an astro mining complex, and prospecting bay, pulse wave torpedoes, or the Pergeomite. Let's go for pulse wave torpedoes because I'm fighting a war, and every little bit helps, basically. Thank you. Quick sip of water. So we can begin ascension talks with potential member worlds. Currently we have the Betazoid houses and the Union. I think I'm going to go for the Betazoid houses. Or, actually, something that we saw is that we can, in the last episode we finished our Federation tradition tree, and this means that we can now fund member world research programs. So if we do this, based on the member worlds that we actually have research that can that we can or additional research options that wouldn't usually be available to us. So for example, we can research coefficient phasers. These are the types that the Andorians use. Ushan legislation. Ushan legalization. The Talos class Andorian cruiser, so this will give us access to a cruiser. The same thing for the Tellarite cruiser, for example. The Tellarites also give us their force field techniques, the Trill Symbiosis Commission, a Vulcan gravimetric sensor techniques, particle phasers, which are the Vulcan type of phasers, and the Vulcan Expeditionary Group. Unfortunately, at the moment, we can't see which each of these technologies do, but maybe we'll be able to see. Maybe it would actually be worth trying. Let's go for the. Maybe let's go for a cruiser. Let's go for the Andorian cruiser. So what this probably means is that... Is it under engineering? Yes, so we can unlock an Andorian cruiser, which would be interesting. I'm going to stick with the pulse wave torpedoes at the moment, though. So let's see. So a general has died. Yeah, so our invasion is probably going to fail quite quickly. That's okay. Yep, it has failed. That's fine. So, 7th Fleet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send... I've noticed they're splitting up their fleets. This is the perfect time for me. So let's take the 2nd Fleet. Once you've finished upgrading, let's basically have you engage these fleets, wear them down, destroy these fleets. So, the fundamental declarations of the Martian colonies. It was one of the most heated, contested articles in the Fundamental Declaration of the Martian colonies. Mars was transformed under the comet barrage of the Mars Initiative, becoming a paradise for humanity, but at what price? That was, at least, the question of the vocal group called the Preservers were asking. They called terraforming an abomination, man exerting its influence over another pristine land, one it had no right to call home. As the Preservers gained power, the newly founded Senate of the Confederation Martian Colonies grew concerned. Eventually, and under constant pressure from the public, the Senate agreed to a wide range of regulations that will severely limit the extent of the Mars Initiative. No one seemed happy with the solution, and the terraforming of Mars has been delayed for years. So, we must respect their views. So you could have everyone was okay with it, or this alternative of not being so very happy. So, let's finish these upgrades and then attack 5th Fleet. So another fleet has been detected on an intercept course. Is that this one? No, those are going back. So the Betazoids are attacking the Tzenkethi? No, they're fleeing from the Tzenkethi. The fleets they're focused on this fleet. So actually my fleet can focus on maybe going this way? Yeah, let's go this way. So they're taking care of those fleets. How is this going? This battle is going, and the 2nd Trill Fleet is attacking those. So those will be they will repulse the Orions. We've established the colony, finally. Oh, and we can build another building on Earth. So let's see what we can build. We can build administration center, which we do not have yet, but we have a lot of amenities, so we don't really need that. I will need to build another housing district, which costs 1 water ice for upkeep. We're making 23, so we'll be fine. So let's build a district because our housing is almost gone. And then let's also build... Minerals were fine. Food... So our Empire capital gives us nothing really in terms of production. Enrichment center. No, that needs food. We don't want that. This needs energy, which we're losing. We don't want that. This again uses energy. I guess maybe what I need to do is just build another fusion reactor at the moment. Let's do that. Let's build another fusion reactor. So, where is my fleet? No. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to Sheep-Pegasi. How's this doing? Maybe I should try and help yeah, I'm going to try and help the Andorian fleets. See, the thing is, I really don't want my member world fleets to be destroyed because they're really helping me at the moment. The Orions have brought in an extra fleet, so this Trill fleet is not doing so well. Maybe I should, you know what, I'm going to send my fleet this way. And the reason being is that all the other fleets are around here. You don't have a fleet, and it's really kind of screwing up. It's harming this front if the Orions can get a foothold there, which we don't want. So how are you doing? We have the Andorians and the Beta Z of a combined fleet power of, let's say, 1,100 against... Oh, and the Vulcans, sorry, of another 800, so about close to 2,000 against 400 and 400, so that's actually doing well. Plus another 400, so it'll be more balanced. Over here, 600 versus 1000, so not the best. Where are you going? You're warping to Beta Veldonis Station, which is over there. Okay, why are you doing that? Don't know. So we have stasis pods, so in colony development again. So we can improve amenities from commercial districts, lifespan, or clearing the tile blocker. So what this does now is it will allow you to build more districts, or build a district that was blocked off originally. So let's do that. Yep, thank you, thank you. Don't need to know this at the moment. So, First Fleet, how are you doing? So, yeah, let's really try and help the Trill at the moment, and we can reinforce the fleet, so let's do that. So it's building another Explorer vessel, which is a NX vessel. The Enterprise cancelled its auto exploration, because it's currently retreating from somewhere. So let's basically destroy the Orion foothold. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to recruit more armies. Do I have a planet here that I control? Yes. So the reason I'm going to do this is to take over some of the Orion place. And they're Vulcans, even better. So the different races, of course, have different army powers, and I believe Vulcans are one of the strongest. We can see that if we go to Earth and try and recruit armies. So we can see the different powers. So humans are from 150 to 3, Vulcans are from 180 to 360, Trill 150 to 3, or 1.5 I should say to 3 for the Tellarites, and the Andorians as well. So the Vulcans are the stronger army. So going back to this colony, I am going to recruit Vulcans. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 should be good, I think. And what I'm going to do is then, I think from here I'm going to so this fleet engage this no matter what. That's important. From here, I think I'm then going to quickly take these stations, or these outposts, boom, boom, boom. Or maybe this one, and then these 3, and then go to Okali, which does not have a station in it, so that should be easier to take. And then I'll have to start worrying about the actual systems that have stations in them. Initiate the project engine. So we've just finished the decision on Mars again, so I'm going to again support it. So this is Tzenkethi. The Tzenkethi are going to try and take over the station again, which is probably going to succeed. No, we still can't fund the study, but it's good to know that this event comes back, so not a priority. We're currently having war problems. You're still going down there to get the duranium plating. Dreams of a blue planet. In hindsight, it was not clear what the rebellion was even about. Mars was flourishing under the initiative, but the older settlers, those who lived on Mars for dozens of years before the flood of immigrants from Earth, grew even more resentful. Was it about land, control, power, preserving the old ways, all of the above, or none? All we know is that almost overnight the planet was in a frenzy, riots on every dome. The overwhelmed local government trying to control the situation, but before anyone had noticed, an armed group of local colonists stormed the Verteron array compound, gaining access to the weapon of terrific puissance. With a single defiant act, they shuttered the initiative, halting the project and rallying rebels across the planet. So we have no choice. Contact the Mako HQ, which gives us the project Quell the Rebellion on Mars. This basically means that we need to have 3 transport ships in orbit. So those transport ships that we're building for our colony, actually the first thing we're going to do is, rather than having them attack anything in Orion, we're going to have to bring them home to Earth, which is exactly what I wanted to do at this stage. Full, complete, total sarcasm. So rivalry from the Antican Pax, okay. Our fleet is now attacking the Orions, great. It looks like we're doing well. Our research has finished. Here, oh, 2 things of research. Ooh, Black Alert drills. So this Black Alert is from Star Trek Discovery, if you're following that program. And I think I'll go for that. And here in this research, we can research the Andorian cruiser. We can research, ooh, Starbase level 2. Ooh, that looks nice. Actually, I'm going to go for this. So the Andorian cruiser will be there forever because we have a bit of research there already. Dilithium manufacturer, we don't need at the moment. Lander wing, we don't need. Let's go for the Starbase. That's, I think, the most important. So this battle's going on. I think if we look at the overall battle, we will win this. Yes, I think we'll be fine. Oh, we're receiving stuff from the Tholians. That's unexpected, but very nice. Energy credits and minerals. Maybe they probably don't like somebody like the Tzenkethi. Andoria and Beta Z. So you have about 700 and 800, so 1500 versus 6, 4, and 3, so about 1300. So they, in sheer fleet power, they do outnumber them. We can also see the Tzenkethi coalition is also at 94.4% health and 94.3% health for 2 of their fleets. So hopefully that's something. Enterprise, what are you doing? Oh, let's repair and then explore. Oh, the Orions are trying to build here? Unknown orders. Why don't I build here? Oh, and the Klingons are... yeah, okay. So fine, why don't you build the starbase? I'm not sure why the Orion is there, because they don't control any of this part yet, but whatever. So, I'm just looking... Where are you heading to? They are heading to Peliar. Interesting. Will Vulcan do anything about that? They're going to the Alioth system. Yeah, so basically they will run in there and... Okay. So we've been given access by the Tholian Assembly, so they don't hate us as much as traditionally they did in the show. How are you doing? So our ships are still looking well. Ah, so they won the battle. Great. So what I'm going to have you do is now start taking systems. Just, again, Intergalactic Pac-Man. Then come back and do that one. Do Angosoria and Alkali. And let's see, how are you doing? How many transport ships? There are 2 there. Once it becomes 3, I'm going to send it to the Sol system. Hopefully it will become 3 very soon. Maybe not so soon. One of my science ships just went missing in action again. Fun times. So, another ship has, yep, on this fleet. How are we doing here? So that fleet must have retreated. Yes, but it now means that the Alioth system is undermanned, or not that the fleets are undermanned, but that the military power is again back in favor of the Tzenkethi. Not the best, but it happens. So we can upgrade them again. Great, eventually that will happen. But what I really want to do again is to take a system, so that way we can get some kind of ally. Because if we take a system and conquer the planet, that will release an ideological ally, meaning that they will be similar in ideology to us. And then we can basically go to town, have fun. So, construction ship, what are you doing? You're entering the orbit of Andoria. Why are you doing that? Don't know. Oh, so it did take over. Okay, weird. Why it would build up there, I'm not sure. But fine. We can conquer that system too, not a problem. So, I have a construction ship. What should I do with that? Oh, we do have the mega structure that we do need to build. I need to remember that. Anything else? Nothing else we can build at the moment. Anything over here? No. You're doing your stuff down there. Oh, we've met some new... Oh, Akamar. We've met the Kai aliens, so this is probably the Akamarian... Is it Unity? Republic? I think it's Unity. So next month we'll see them. Oh, we now have three armies on our transport ships. So let's... Oh, we need a general. Let's recruit a general for this project. You're the youngest. Army logistician. 20%. Yeah, you're fine. Let's recruit you. And yeah, let's try and take care of this project. Let's quell the riots.
Has established communications.
Ah, the Akamarian sovereignty, which are over here in the center of the Klingon Empire. Excellent. We greet you in peace. What do you think about us? Oh, you like us. Oh, we had a battle. What happened? Ah, so we didn't actually destroy any of their ships. Unfortunate. There's the Psi aliens. Let's see who you are. Oh, but what this means is that the Suliban, and we've great, thank you. And two things have happened. So before I look at this, the construction ship. So we now have enough influence to actually build this megastructure, this galactic forum. And what happens is you have to build that around a planet. Unfortunately, I think it does kind of consume anything that's around there. So for example, if we build it around Saturn, it would consume the mining station and the 3 energy, which I don't necessarily want to do, but maybe somewhere in Wolf 359. So I'm going to try and put it close to home, or close to Sol, the Sol system. Or maybe I do have to build it around something. I don't want to. So I'm just going to try and put it around here, so that way it's kind of close to home, and so that way it's oh, can I build it here? I don't know. Why don't you move up there and then we'll see. Can I build it somewhere here? Oh, I can. I'll put it here. So it's in the Gliese 1 system. It's kind of close to home. It's easier to defend. I'm not sure if somebody can like take that away from me or anything like that. So I don't want to do that. And it looks like this. So it looks like this. So kind of like if you're watching Star Trek Discovery, kind of looks like Starbase 1, the original Starbase 1 from Discovery, before it was destroyed by the Klingons. So thank you, Mars project. Let's do that again. Ah, yep. So fund the terraforming. It's down here now. Oh, I can't do anything actually because it has the riot, the separatist supporters. So archaeology site discovered. So we have discovered Iconia. So faulty signal over Iconia. So Iconia, if you remember, is a world that has a it's basically a dead planet. But actually, in the original, in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and actually, I believe also in the original series, there was a race called the Iconians, who were kind of a super powerful race, who could, do anything. They had basically gates. They could hop basically anywhere in the galaxy from between gates. And in Star Trek: The Next Generation, it was located in the neutral zone between the Romulan Empire and the Federation. I'm not sure. Khitomer, Kronos. So I'm not sure if this is just not placed very well, or if the empires have just spread. I don't want to say in the wrong direction, but they've spread in other directions that they didn't traditionally in the shows. So Iconia was originally located in a neutral zone between the Romulan Star Empire and the United Federation of Planets. And there were There was an episode about that, which was very interesting. So basically, we can see here that there's an archaeological site. And what happens is that if we control this site, we can actually excavate this site and maybe gain things like relics or information or things like that from those sites. We don't control it, so there's nothing we can do about that at the moment, but maybe in the future we will come across something that we can. So, let's continue on. Let's see what our... So the Orions are attacking the Trill again. Oh, Mars Development Project. We've made the development... Oh, sorry, we've made the desert bloom. So it's raining on Mars. Of course, the first drop lands undocumented, many kilometers from the nearest human being. Everyone can walk around freely and unaided on the surface, but the population is still in the low millions and has yet to spread to every corner of the planet. The vast weather monitoring system, of course, is carefully tuned to keep track of violent storms, not a gentle summer drizzle. But today it is raining on Mars, and it will not be the last time. So we've made the desert bloom, great, and the Achaemeran sovereignty has joined the interspecies medical exchange, also great. How's our fleet doing? So there's a hostile fleet going to the Peliar system again. We have the Seleia. So oh no, 225. I read that as military power 3,558. So the VSS Seleia is the Vulcan flagship, or the Vulcan hero ship. And actually, usually where the VSS Seleia is, the Vulcan fleet is not far behind. It's there, and it's also going to the Peliar system. So hopefully, Seleia will be fine until... The Seleia is also a cruiser ranked class. So we can begin Ascension with potential member worlds. I'm not going to do that just because we're at war. What I'm going to do is do another research program. And as you see, the Andorian cruiser is no longer there. Let's do the Vulcan Expeditionary Group. I believe that has something to do with surveying. Actually, Phasers, Trill Symbiosis Commission. Let's do that. I think this adds to our society research, but I'm not 100% sure. Is that 1,400? But they don't have shields at the moment. They've lost their shields for some reason. Probably another battle somewhere. So we have transport fleets entering Trill. But why? Because there's a... Well, they're destroying them. That's fine. Coalition Association request.
It is unwise to get between a Klingon and his prize.
From the Klingons. That's great. Yes, please. I will happily have the Klingons as associated with my coalition. Get them as allies and maybe not even have to fight a war with them. So we've just taken another station here. How is this doing? They're about equal. So 800 versus 800. Health is alright. So the transport ships are doing their thing. My fleet's doing its thing. Can I reinforce the fleet? Yes, I can. So let's do so. Great. And I don't have any new ship designs or anything, so there's nothing I can really add in. It's a shame, really, but understandable. So Omega aliens, let's get in contact with them. So let's do that. So the strike, when it came, was over swiftly. What took several weeks of careful planning lasted less than a single violent, intense hour. A Mako team infiltrated the Vertron array compound at several locations at the same time using a transporter technique that bypassed the inhibitor field. Despite a few casualties, most of the rebels surrendered on the spot. The rest of the Martian rebellion did not last much more. A few enclaves held out, but most surrendered when news came of the fall of the compound. The Martian colonies were at peace once again, and within a few days the terraforming resumed. The seeds of discontent, however, will not disappear swiftly. One can only hope they will not grow and fester, so it's unfortunate that it has come to this. Let's do our research. So we have more shield hit points, that's great. So a multitronic computer, so again these are the computers that your ships use, make them more intelligent. Onboard physics, biology and chemistry labs. Or acetonic simulators. Let's go for the multitronic computer. And from here I'm going to send this transport fleet, which is now finished, back to merge with this one. Oh. No, okay, let's both of you there. And then they will eventually merge once they're in the same system. I'll have to force merge, do it myself basically, not automatically. How's this battle going?
An alien empire has established communications.
The Nausicaan tribes. Where are you? Excellent, we greet you in peace. That's Iridian. Oh, Iridians are tiny now. Oh no, sorry, they're down here. Oh, these are the Nausicaans. Good to know. And this construction ship is just sitting there. And that's because I have nothing for you to do. Oh. Topoline, which I can't do yet. You're doing the Galactic Forum. Actually, why don't I say you do the Galactic Forum and then go upgrade. This construction ship should then build the mining station up there, I guess, because there's nothing else for you to do. Yeah, you're fine. Let's do that. Their fleet power is now inferior. That's great. How are the Tzenkethi? They're still equivalent. So maybe once I... Can I go? Yes, I can enter the Sonar command. I think what I will do is then conquer these two systems. Oh, actually, this one. No, that one has a starbase. How powerful is your starbase? We can't actually see. Oh, but that's a nice trade value. How powerful is your starbase? So the thing is, starbases I think are, for my current fleet level, are too powerful. So I think what I will then do is go to Beta Rigel, and then Epsilon's SETI. Actually, hold on. Go to there. Go there. Go to Beta Rigel. Go to Epsilon SETI. 35 Geminorum. Mansar. Toroth. So get that back for us. And then have you head in this direction. So let's go to Pelear. I think that's the best so far. So research, what do we have? Oh, the alert drills, so experience gain, that's great. Oh, leadership gain experience. Oh, this is the Symbiosis Commission and it's free. So we basically just have to wait to the end of the month. Oh, don't even have to wait to the end of the month. So got that, and now we can unlock components, crew quarters, and repair station 1, the Xeno Zoo, or piracy suppression. Let's go for crew quarters and repair stations. An unidentified empire has joined. Great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here because I see that the timer, we've run over an hour now. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is the first part of the Orions and Tzenkethi war that we're fighting. Or I guess it's just raiding technically, but this war that we're fighting. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. The next episode will probably finish this war and see how things go from there. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching and hope to see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone. Thanks once again for watching this episode of Star Trek New Horizons Into the Mirror Darkly. If you enjoyed watching and you liked what you saw, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll try and bring out videos whenever possible. And yeah, I hope to see you again in the future. So take care and ta-ta for now.